Back when this was all starting, way back in the beginning, honestly, even before it started here in North America, when it was the China virus, when it was the Wuhan virus, before we knew what it was, and then when it was in Iran, and then when it was in Italy, I was kind of looking around wondering when we were going to get serious about it here. And this is not necessarily aimed at any particular politician in North America. It really was an almost continental-wide failing. We sleptwalked into this thing. It wasn't pretty. It ended up being a bit of a disaster. And we seem set on doing it all over again. There have been new variants popping up around the world. We've already seen some of them in this country, including just in recent days, the Indian variant, which has now been detected in Canada. I don't know if you're watching your overseas news much these days, folks, but whatever is happening in India is horrifying. I don't think we fully understand yet what's going on in India, but they're dealing with the kind of scenario right now that we feared we would be in North America when this thing was just getting started. It's bad. We are not taking any firm action on our borders. The government says they're going to look at it. Bill Blair says he hopes to have some information for us soon. There's this talking point floating around saying, well, hey, the variants are already here. There's no point slamming the door shut now. They're already here. There's even cynics saying doesn't really make sense to have strong border precautions because by the time we know about a variant, normally it's too late. And because Canada's a globally connected country, by the time the scientists notice something, it's probably already here. These are really stupid arguments. We probably can't keep these things out. I'm going to acknowledge that. But we can slow them down. That's all we have to do. We're vaccinating, I'll use a round number here, 1% of the population a day. If you delay a new aggressive variant from getting hold in this country for 60 days, that's it. We will have vaccinated, at least with one dose, more than half the population. We're not vaccinating kids, so it's well over half the adult population. We've already vaccinated millions of Canadians. We could get so much done if we could buy ourselves 30, 45, 60 days. But we set up these ridiculous strawman arguments of, well, we'll never keep these variants out. Slow them down. Buy time. Allow our vaccine campaign to get a head start, to get ahead of these things. We are still sleepwalking into disasters. Our federal government, as it has been doing since the very beginning of this crisis, is assuring Canadians that we have world-leading border protections. That's bogus. It is a lie. There are other countries out there that have actually imposed hard quarantine, and they have done a lot better than we have. We need to zero out incoming air traffic as much as possible, hard quarantine what we can't, and accept the fact that because we are dependent on land links to the United States, we're never going to keep these things out forever. But if we buy ourselves a few extra weeks, we're going to save Canadian lives. You would think this is an issue our Prime Minister would care about and would have learned about over the last year. But you'd be wrong.